Now that you found your way around the Qualcomm MCP200 and chucked your paper atlas, would you like to throw your logbook out the window too and toss your ruler in the river? In Phase 3, we're giving you a way to get rid of those old paper logbooks and the hours you would spend drawing lines and spreading whiteout. It's called QHOS, the Interactive Paperless Log System. QHOS is driver-friendly and will free you from the daily tasks of calculating time and drawing lines in paper logbooks. QHOS tells you at a glance how many hours down to the minute that you have remaining to drive legally. It produces paperless driver logs that comply fully with hours of service regulations. With CSA 2010, that's more important than ever. Based on the information you enter, the system will calculate your 11, 14, and 70-hour status on a real-time basis, provide prompts on end-of-break times, and alert you when you are nearing violation. You can approve and edit your logs on the screen. The only item you can't edit is your drive time. QHOS will save minutes every day, hours every week, and dollars in your pocket. Hours of service. Tap the Hours of Service button to open this application to the Status tab. The Status tab is highlighted in blue and contains information about current status, start time, and duration of status. Note: durations of less than 5 minutes do not register and will be added to the previous status. Wait until duration hits 5 minutes before changing. In the other column are the hours you gain at the beginning of the next day, as well as your total mileage that day. Change status. Below the right column are the clock in, clock out, and change status buttons, the most important elements of QHOS. Tap the change button to open the change status screen. Change status allows you to change which driver is on duty and change your duty status. In QHOS, when you stop and set your brakes, the system will automatically place you on line 4, on duty, not driving. If you move the truck a certain distance, currently 1/2 mile, the system will automatically place you on line 3, driving, and start the clock from when you release the brakes. Some drivers have lost a few minutes by not making the status change themselves and allowing the system to do it for them. Change your status every time you stop and every time you roll. QHOS requires that you change your status as soon as you stop. For example, before you fuel, go inside to the fuel desk, or take care of other issues. Change your status again when you prepare to leave that stop. The Change Status screen contains the current status, the duration, a list of statuses to change to, and an area for notes. The Change To feature offers the following options: off-duty, sleeper berth, driving, on-duty, and off-duty driving. Simply tap the circle next to the status you want to change to, then tap OK, which will change your status. Duty status. Duty status descriptions have not changed from those you are familiar with. However, when you choose on duty, you must add an explanation in the note box. Eventually, the drop-down window will contain a list from which you may choose. However, for now, you must type in a description. In your written materials is a reference list, which includes fuel, unhook, hook, inspection, load, unload, and other. Take responsibility for changing your duty status. Do this first every time you stop, then do it last as you prepare to leave. Off-duty driving. Off-duty driving is a great feature that can save you a lot of time if used wisely. Off-duty driving applies the personal convenience rule of the hours of service regulations. This allows you to go for a meal or go home for home time without using drive time hours. As a general rule, this designation can be used at times when you are not dispatched under a load. Contact the log department for clarification of this feature if needed. Summary, graph, day log, and 8 days tabs. On the Hours of Service main page are additional tabs. Summary provides a running total of remaining time on the 11, 14, and 70-hour rules. Graph shows the current day in graph form. The left and right arrows at the upper right allow you to scroll through different days. Day log is a written explanation of the entries on the graph page. The 8 Days tab shows your previous 8 days and includes a button on the lower right to have log information faxed upon request during a DOT inspection. Approve. Approve is a new and very important function. QHOS will not automatically upload your log to corporate unless you approve each log entry prior to submission. At the lower right of the page, Approve All will approve your logs. If you need to edit a log entry, simply tap the entry you wish to change, then tap the Edit button to reveal the edit page. On the edit page, you can change duty status and times. You can split time by tapping the scissors symbol on the upper right. Put in a note, correction for example, and press OK to complete the edit process. You cannot edit either driving or off-duty driving entries, so if you have a problem with these, you will need to contact the log department. Approve your log entries at least once daily, so that you don't have 20 or more entries to approve at once. Load. The Load tab contains all the important load information for current and past loads. Eventually, the system will load this information directly from your dispatch message to this tab. But for now, you must manually enter this vital information. To add a new load, simply tap the New Load button at the lower right, fill in the applicable information, and tap OK. If you need to edit a load, tap the Edit button to open the load on display. Countdown clock. The countdown clock in the upper right corner of the touchscreen shows the remaining DOT drive time available for the driver who is logged in. Tap the Hours of Service button with the truck in motion to put the countdown clock in the center of the display. The system will warn you when you have only 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 15 minutes of remaining drive time. A flashing red indicator at the upper right of the panel, a red exclamation point on the upper right of the touchscreen, and an audio alert will let you know when your remaining drive time is low. Drivers, I've been testing this unit for the past 4+ months. And I can attest to the fact that this system from Qualcomm is head and shoulders above the old Qualcomm systems that we're used to using. Not only does it do the old features better, but it provides so many new features that will make your life easier. Give it a try, it is well worth the effort.